She's a diva with a destiny, got purpose and zest, you see. Books, business, and accessories. She walks in favor and she's blessed indeed. She keeps her head and her heels high, and her limit soars beyond the sky. If it's purpose she's pushing, you've tuned in with Table Talk with a Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya. Hey, hey. And if you're feeling down, come in. The enemy he's trapped won't win. For God has given you vision, and in the end you shall win. Yeah. Table Talk with a Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya. Hey, hey. And if you're feeling down, come in.
Well, great evening, and welcome back to Table Talk with the Diva. I am your amazing host, Piera Collins, and I'm excited, delighted, and ignited to be back at the table with you, and you. Kings, queens, I need you to pull up your chairs at the table because there's still space for you. I'm excited this evening to bring on my guest. Oh my God, I am so excited to gain the nuggets and the wisdom that he's going to pour and the importance of what he does. And it's something that we all need, whether you are a diabetic or high blood pressure or just someone that's just looking to find other ways to become more healthier. He has some information for you today. So we want to thank you again for joining Table Talk. I am always just excited just to be able to walk in my purpose and do what God has given me to do. So it is very important that we are focused on our purpose, our destinies, and our goals that God has given us. And as we said on the Awaken Destiny prayer call, whatever God has given you, only you can do it. So I don't know who that is for, but I feel that in my sha-na-na, as my grandma used to say. I feel that. So whatever God has given you, you're the only one that can complete the assignment. There may be people doing the same thing, but they can't do it the way that you do it. I can't do it the way you do it. You can't do it the way that I do it. So we've all been assigned with a strategic assignment, whatever it is. And so that's the blessing and the awesomeness of God, because he's so strategic and he knows each one of us by name. So I love when he calls me daughter. I love when he calls me friend. I just love because he says that I am the apple of his eyes. And I believe he believes the same for you. So with that being said, we are going to roll right into our show. I pray that this today has been an amazing, thriving, thankful Thursday. Always be thankful through the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the yes, and even the no's, because when God gives us a no, he is simply giving protection. So your rejection is God's protection. So keep that in front of you, keeping the main thing, purpose, directions, and goals. I love you. I am the queen of confidence, and we are going to go ahead and get this thing started. So please share. If you see the red light on, we are live still. You can catch it on Facebook as well as my YouTube channel at Arthur Piera Collins. So I need you to please share the link, share the episode, because this is going to be very informative. And I want you to be able to gain some knowledge just as I'm ready. So I got my Sharpie ready to get my little nuggets. And so I can do it because I've been kind of following him. But the blessing is I know this man and is simply amazing. Amazing. So we're going to go ahead and bring him on. And he is Alton Weeks. What's up, big brother?
Hey, how you doing? How's everything?
I am well, man. Oh my God, it's so good to have you on. Oh my God. Well, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing
you look like it. You look like it. You're always glowing. I look at your pictures and I'm just like, this cat is always glowing. He keeps every single hair the hair that he has on this in place.
You remember how my hair used to be, right?
Yeah. He's been let that one go, but man, when you did have the hair, and let me say, we've been besties for oh my God, since what 89, 90?
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Came to Charleston.
Yes. So he was in the Navy station in Charleston, and we clicked, and he couldn't shake me if he wanted to because I was holding on. But I love him to my soul. But it is so good, big brother, to have you on the platform. So grateful.
It's great to be with you.
Man, this is awesome. So we're gonna go ahead. I want you to share with them really quickly who Alton is, because you're my Troy, but you're Alton Troy Weeks. But I want you to just introduce yourself, because you can do it better than I can.
Right. So, hello everyone. I am Alton Weeks. I am the founder and chief juicing officer of Self-For Organics. So, Self-For Organics is a cold pressed juice company that helps you absorb more vitamins, fruits, minerals, and vegetables quicker. Yes. We do this. Self-For does this by liquefying fruits and vegetables so that your body is able to absorb more vitamins, minerals, and live enzyme quicker. What that does is give your body a break from using that energy to break down solid foods. And it takes that energy and it begins the healing process. So in a nutshell, I'm Alton Weeks. I'm from New York, born and raised. I'm a combat Navy veteran. In my past life, I've been a singer, I've been an actor, I've been a designer for my luxury stationary cars that I placed in stores all around the world. And now I'm on a new journey to help people live their best life, because what I've discovered is a lot of people are walking around, but they're walking around with sickness.
Come on now.
And I only know this because I had my own trial and tribulation with sickness, and I wasn't aware of it until one day something traumatic and dramatic happened in my life. And we'll talk about that. What happened.
Yeah. Awesome. So you see, he is a man of many gifts and talents, and I say anointing, because only God could have placed this in your heart and at your hands for you to do. So I'm always grateful to hear and shout out to and give accolades on when I see greatness, I see expertise. And so on Table Talk, God has given me a mandate to bring the experts on to be able to share to others that may be desiring the things that you offer. They may need it. And as you said, a lot of us will walk around and don't even know that we need it until something traumatic happens. So we're going to talk about that as well. Or we just have a need or a desire to do it, but we have no way to start. So the Lord said, Table Talk with the Diva. So at the table, we gather the information. I'm able to reach out to experts like yourself and myself and other experts that has been on, and there have been some amazing people on the platform. And it blows my mind, because every time I tell everybody, whenever the show is over, I'm sitting at my desk, and when it is over, I have to go back because it's always so rich. It's so much information. So I said, Lord, I got to go back and watch YouTube. And my husband said, you do that every time your show is over. You sit out there and you watch the whole show again. I said, yeah. Because for one, I critique myself as best as I could. My producer may send me some information. Let's do this. Maybe you need to do that. And then the information from the expert that is the guest.
Right.
I want to gather as much of the information that I can. And so I'm excited today because, I have health challenges, and I've done blow his ear up before, but I have free access, so I could text and call him. But I mean, you have some good stuff, and I'm excited for you to share some of the products and give the examples and whatever you're going to do. I'm just excited. Right. But I guess I would ask, and normally we do an icebreaker, so I've got to do that. I'm going to give you 2 words.
Okay.
I'll give you a word, you give me a word. So we're only going to do 2. Sometimes I do 3 and sometimes I do 2. So we're going to go ahead and start. So let me say, kings and queens, if you are just joining Table Talk with the Diva, I need you to share this episode because maybe it's your mom, your father, your grandparents. It may be you, it may be your child. But if they're dealing with any health issues, and of course, for me, it is diabetes and it is gastro issues. So I'm eager to get some more information. And I need it to stick so I can really move in it to get some of the results that Alton Troy has gotten. And so I know that, if I just do it and just make up my mind, I'll get the results that he's going to talk about. So please share the episode. So like I said, if you see the red light, that means we're live and you can catch it right now firsthand on Facebook and on my YouTube channel at Arthur Pierre Collins, which is the Destiny Chaser. Or you can catch the replay and go to YouTube and you're able to share the information because I know there are thousands and thousands of you that need this information. So let's remember to share because that's sharing is caring. So back to you, Troy. And I've got to say Troy. You always know him as Alton Weeks, but I'm trying. It's hard.
No, he is Troy.
Not say Troy because he's Troy for me.
Right.
And, so definitely, before we share some of the product, share a little bit of your testimony. That what was it that made you change your lifestyle? What was it?
Well, one of the beautiful things that I like about God is how many know that God always send you a warning.
Come on now. Yes.
You always get a warning before something is about to take place. And on one day, I had some pain I was going through with my back. Being in the military, a lot of things come up later on. And for me, I was having some back issues. So I went to the VA hospital and I wanted to see if I can enroll in therapy. Okay. So before you go to therapy, they check you out to see if you can do therapy. And as she was taking my blood pressure, she said, "I think you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm right here sitting talking to you." He was like, "You should go downstairs to the ER." Now, when somebody tells you to go downstairs to the ER, it can be pretty alarming. That's a pretty alarming thing, especially if they're not telling you what to go to the ER for.
Right.
So when she said go to the ER, I left there. I believe that the therapist was on the third floor. Mm-hmm. And I left there and went and got in my car.
Oh, wow.
And I went home because I don't have time to go to all these places that are not on my schedule. So anyhow,
you're busy.
That was that. But then, like I tell you, God always gives you a warning. And then on that Thursday, I was putting on some socks. I had bought these new basketball compression socks, LeBron James, and I was like, I'm going to wear these today.
Wow.
And as I was putting them on, since they're compression socks, they're tighter and harder to put on.
Right.
So as I was putting them on, I felt the chest pain. And I was like, hey, these socks is serious. But the pain lasted about maybe like 5 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
Wow. So I didn't think nothing of it. But once again, another warning. So the first warning, when the therapist said, I think you should go down to the ER. Mm-hmm. Thursday, another warning, putting on the socks. You felt this pain. Wow. So on Saturday, I had to do this portfolio review because I was doing my undergrad at the prestigious Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, where I was studying exhibition design. And I drove down there, I went down to do my thing. And as I was going into the room, I started to feel that pain again from Thursday. But this time, the pain didn't leave. So I was standing there talking to people, to my professor, to the department head, to the dean, to another faculty member, and as I'm talking to them, standing up, I slowly saw myself getting on my knees, talking in front of them, in front of the table.
Wow.
And would you believe, 4 adults still in front of me, not one person said, "Are you okay? Do you need some water? Do you need a break?" Now y'all see me standing up, and now I'm on my knees.
Exactly.
Yes, I must be got you mesmerized. I'm doing a great job. Y'all are into the doggone portfolio than me. Because I knew my voice was getting more shallower and the pain was getting more severe. So I finished the review. I went and sat outside. I'm squirming in the chair because all I can remember on Thursday is that pain went away.
That's the pain. Wow.
And I'm like, God, what's happening? So it wasn't going away, and I'm squirming. My professor came out and said, "You did a fantastic job." Yeah, but do you see me squirming? In the chair, no one's still saying that. So the square said, "You need to get up the steps, and you need to get help." So it took me about 40 minutes just to walk up a flight of steps. Even once I got up there, it led to the auditorium, and I sat there for like another 25 minutes, and my heart is still in pain, still in agony, and it's getting more real, and I'm starting to sweat, and I don't know what's going on. Because if you never had a heart attack, you don't know what to look at. You don't know what that experience is.
That's right.
Walk down the hall. You need to walk down the hall. Quick, go. So I walked down the hall. I finally made it to security. And I said, "I believe I'm having a heart attack."
Jeez.
They called the ambulance and they rushed me to the hospital. And of course, the hospital drew blood and they saw enzymes from my heart. So they knew I was having a heart attack. So that's
wow.
2 arteries. One was 95% occluded. Occluded means almost closed. And the other one was 75%. So it could have been massive.
Absolutely.
Did, but remember, I was getting those warnings all along. So after that, all of my family came down to the hospital like it's one big party, and Spain trying to keep quiet, keep still, and anyhow, met with the cardiologist. And that cardiologist told me what the deal was. Yeah, you had a heart attack and your arteries clogged. And from that, I changed my whole diet.
Completely.
Not only because the heart attack, but also because he put me on 7 pills. And this I saved. I saved all the jars that they put me on as a reminder that I was on 7 medications from a heart attack, and from one of these is 8 side effects. Just one of these has 8 side effects.
8 side effects. Wow.
And the side effects. So I knew that couldn't be the story for me. So I said, "No, God, there got to be a better plan."
That's right.
Something that I could do naturally than take a bunch of pills. Right? So without knowing, I started researching, and I discovered that juicing was the way that maybe I can find some healing.
Wow.
And I just started juicing without knowing, but I figured if things look the same color, they probably will go good together. So that means green apple, green leaves, kale, parsley, mint.
Right.
Ginger. And I did that for a whole year. And that got me off all my medication. I'm not no medication.
How often did you juice when you took it for a whole year? How many times a day, or once a day?
I did once a day, and I did every day though.
And what else were you eating? What else were you eating along with that?
I was eating all live foods. So that means anything, if it grew like that, that's how I ate it. I didn't do no processed food. I didn't eat out because I didn't know how much sodium places were putting in their food.
Right.
So I said, well, you got to do this work. And I went cold turkey. I threw everything out. I went cold turkey, and I'm kind of drastic like that. I can just, I don't have any attachment issues. My family say, I can cut you off and leave and still live.
Yes.
So that's what I did for a whole year. I just juiced and ate fruits and vegetables, wild grain rice. There was no meat, there was no dairy, there was no cheese. It was a lifestyle change, but it got me to not being able to take 7 medication. And that same cardiologist today, when I see him, he tells me, in my 30 years of practicing cardiology, you are the only one who has reversed this.
Wow.
And he asked me how I do it, and I tell him what I do. And he runs through the office telling that this is the guy I was telling you about. This is the guy. And I tell people that because it's doable, but you got to be willing to sacrifice some things.
Yes.
People not willing to do the work, and especially my Christian brothers and sisters. They think we're going to pray our way through stuff. But my question to them always is, haven't you always been praying?
That's it.
I said, so it ain't prayer, it's you.
That's right.
You got to be willing to do the work, and it requires you
action,
to sacrifice, and that's the hard part.
Yeah. Wow.
It is doable. I'm here to tell you, I had a heart attack, 2 arteries, was on 7 medication. I juiced for a whole year, and today I still juice, and I'm off all medication, and I lost over 100 pounds. That was 296.
Yes. You look amazing.
My suit was 54. And I thought I was doing it, boy.
Come on now.
And I was slowly dying. Looking cute, but dying.
OMG. Wow.
So
I tell you,
I just want to
I tell you, I think the key, as you said, is being able to just do it. And I know everybody probably couldn't do it cold turkey, because I don't know if I could be that one. And I need to, God knows I need to, but I hear it takes discipline.
It takes
discipline and determination. So those 2 words is what I'm hearing as you're talking. You've got to, be determined, make up your mind to do this, and just be disciplined. So I think with prayer, and even this morning we were just talking about that, with prayer, you've got to put forth action. You've got to believe what you're praying. So we can ask God for something all day, but how many of us really do believe what we prayed? We may say it with our words, but honestly, do we really believe what we've prayed or what we're praying? And so I said, again, prayer without faith and action, it's just not going to happen.
Right. So, no works. Where are your works?
That's right. Where's your work?
Where's your work? And another thing I tell people that I ask people is what you're doing right now working for you? Are you better with the medication that your doctor has put you on, that you keep getting refill month after month? Because just think about, if you got a doctor that's giving you medication every 30 days, 45 or 90 days,
90.
That's not a doctor. That's really a case manager, right? That's somebody that's managing you now.
Okay.
The goal is to get rid of the problem.
Right.
And you get rid of the problem by looking for solutions, by looking for a different way of being, a different lifestyle, and a different choice. And because it's our body, remember, we only get one body.
You're right.
We get one. It's no dress rehearsal with this body. This is all we get. So what you put in your body determines how far you live. Now, people look at me all the time when I tell them, like yesterday, people don't realize in a couple of years, I'll be 60.
That's right.
This is what 60 looks like. For me, it does anyway. See what I'm saying? So because I put things in my body that rejuvenates cells, new cell growth for my skin, for my body. So it's always regenerating because I'm eating live foods. And my body takes that live foods, breaks it down, absorbs it. And what happens in the body, it generates a balance of alkalinity. So that's an environment where there's no disease can pervade my body. So it's not a diseased body. So other cells, they thrive in that.
Exactly.
Right, because let me tell you, before I had the heart attack, so I had borderline cholesterol. I had, my knees were hurting. I had arthritis. I was on a sleep apnea machine. High cholesterol, borderline diabetes. As soon as I started doing this diet, all of that went away.
Oh, that went away.
All of that went away.
Living
proof. I know that it works.
Wow. Living proof. Living proof. So for someone that is a diabetic, and of course, I've always heard, oh, you can get down to, from taking insulin, because like when I was diagnosed in 1990, it was it was you're always going to be a diabetic, but you can go from type 1 to type 2 where you just maybe take the pill. And I started on 4 shots a day at age 20. Didn't have a clue what diabetes was, because back in the day, all I ever heard was the girl has sugar. Yeah. The boy has sugar. There was no information, no education. No one was around me. The people that looked like me or anybody that I knew was dealing with it. But I would hear the old people say it, my grandmother or my mom or somebody was saying, that girl got sugar. But, it didn't mean anything to me, because no one out of my siblings, I was the only one. Right. Out of, well, it wasn't 30 grand, but right now, out of 31 grandchildren, there was only one nephew. Wow. But he's went through quite a bit. So he has now had the the pancreas and kidney transplant, the double transplant. So his vision has been restored and everything. So he takes the anti-infections medicine just because he's had the transplant. Yeah, right. It's like, I don't even want to, go through that to be nearly dead before you can actually get on the list, because they're just not going to do it because I want to, go through the transplant. I don't want to do that. So I guess my question to you was, what are some things you think that you could recommend that I do as one of the
things I tell people, which is important before starting anything, is to have a real serious conversation with your doctor.
With your doctor. Okay.
Have that conversation with your doctor and tell them what you're thinking about. Mm-hmm. And I'm frank with my doctor, because I told my doctor when he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I stopped taking the pills you gave me." Mm-hmm. I said, because that wasn't helping. Right. All you was giving me something just to manage it, just to keep it in check. I don't want to keep it in check. I want to get rid of it. Absolutely. Because that's not how I was born. Okay? Right. I was born perfect. Mm-hmm. So I want to restore that. Absolutely. So I tell people, have that conversation with your doctor, but also know that you are the manager of your body. Right. Your doctor can't do nothing or help you if you don't give them information. They get that from you. So when you tell them stuff, then they know, oh, I remember this in school. I learned that. So let me tell her this what works for that. And they always going to put you on a pill, because that's all they know. Yeah. They don't really get this health. I think they get like 30 minutes of it, health and wellness. So they don't get a natural way of healing the body. Right. The one thing I tell people, have a conversation, but also know what your blood type is. Mm-hmm. Why do I need to know what my blood type is? Because just like a car, you don't put the same gas in the same car. Each body runs differently. Right. I'm type A. That's a blood type that functions at its optimum on a vegetarian diet. That's why it's easy for me, because I know my diet. There are other people they're meat lovers. They have to have it because they might be old.
Mm.
So the first thing you have to find out what your blood type is, because you don't have the enzymes to break down all the food. Remember when I was eating everything?
Yeah.
Once I found out my blood type, I shouldn't be eating mangoes. I shouldn't have coconut. I shouldn't have no potatoes.
Yes.
I don't eat potatoes. Not even potato chips.
I guess when I hear it, it's like, okay, well, what will I eat? Because I love dairy. It's like, well, what would I eat? I mean, and I get bored. But I get bored, and that's my issue too. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get bored with just eating and salad. And here's what my kidney doctor says. He said, you can reverse it. He said, and the kidney doctor, he's amazing. Dr. Sharma said, he says, I want you on fish twice a week, and you can have chicken one day a week. He said, but the other 4 days, I don't want you eating anything except for fruit and vegetables.
So how has that been going for you?
It hasn't been going that way.
All right. So he's giving you a path out. Yeah. See, that's the thing. See, we get information. We have to really take it seriously if we want to, make the change. Because again, I keep coming back. Are you better today than you was last week, last year? Or do you see yourself getting worse?
Ooh, but I definitely have the back pain and the arthritis. And like you said,
right. So those are foods that are not agreeing with you. And our body is always talking to us. Whenever I eat something, I always ask myself, how does it feel? Like if I'm sitting at dinner or I'm out to dinner or I'm at home, I take a couple of forks, but I ask my body, how does it feel? Because there's times I've eaten stuff, I know right away my body says, and it's just like 20 minutes, it'll all come up. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Had that. You ate at a restaurant. It wasn't good. Who's preparing? Remember, those people hands. Remember, you're eating stuff that people are cooking with their hands, their energy, their spirit. You're eating them.
That's good.
So that's something to pay attention to. That's why a lot of people say they don't eat at a lot of people's houses.
Yeah.
Or they don't eat in place. I'm big on that.
I'm one of those people.
But that's one of the things. Listen, take what your health professionals are telling you.
Yes.
Because they're giving you a prescription in terms of ways that can possibly help you. Not all of them. So he gave you
not all of them.
He gave you something good. You just got to follow that. Yeah. And if you do it for 30 days, say to yourself, okay, I might not can do this for my life right now as I stand here. Say to yourself, let's do it for this week.
That's right.
Give yourself a week. See, sometimes we try to look at the whole dream. No, look at the day, look at the week and say, okay, this week is fish and 1 day chicken. Fish and 1 day chicken. And then as your body begins to see that and you start feeling good, got more energy, got mental clarity, are able to do different things, and you say, you know what, I feel different. It'll be a good change for you.
I'm definitely gonna work on that because I really, and I see that it works, like I said, because I know you personally. I know that you are this living proof that I'm looking at, and I just need to get the discipline. So, ladies and gentlemen, I pray that you're gathering up this information. But I know you would like to do a
demonstration.
Show you how to use it. And I jumped all over the it hit me as you started talking earlier. I was talking about the icebreaker, but honey, we'll do the icebreaker on the next table talk because I got so excited and we went right into it. But no problem. But the words that I had was determination and discipline. And so when you started sharing, it came out. But that's what I was going to give, and have you give me something. But Anyway, we are on a roll. So definitely the demonstration and talk about a couple of your products and
Yeah,
how they can follow you and how they can purchase if they wish to
yeah.
give it a try.
So quickly, so let's talk about what a juice cleanse is.
Okay.
So a juice cleanse is the effective removal of waste in the body that has accumulated over time from improper diet, from consumption of preservatives and additives found in processed foods, residual effects of pharmaceuticals. That means taking pills, all those residual effects of that, and the buildup of environmental pollutants. So stuff that's in the environment that we breathe in. So juicing, it detoxes that. It cleanses you. It restores your body system. And some of the results of a juice cleanse can be detoxification of the body. I talked about accelerated cellular rejuvenation, increased energy. I'm up at 4 a.m. every morning. I could go to bed at 12. I'm up at 4, energy, running around like I've lost my mind because I eat a diet that keeps me going, that keeps me fueled up.
Right.
Energy, mental clarity, improved digestion, reduce inflammation and bloating, and boosted immune system and weight loss. Those are just some of the benefits when you do the juice cleanse. Now, the difference between a juicer and a blender is a juicer, which I use them both, but a juicer extracts juice from fruits and vegetables.
Right.
This leaves you the liquid. Whereas a blender, some people have a blender. Some people have a blender. So this is what you would use a blender. This is part of my vitamin mix. I dump everything in. All it does is blend it up.
Okay.
This is my juicer. I put it in, it extracts it, and just leaves me the juice. And you'll see that in a few seconds when we do the demonstration. So,
now, quick question on your vitamins. Are you taking liquid vitamins or just actual?
I take liquid vitamins too, in addition. So my vitamins are liquid. I take them for me because I just feel I digest liquid better. Okay. So I try to find my vitamins in liquid form. That's a D. That's also a black seed I take. And actually, my numbers are so much better that, that sometimes every time I do a physical, sometimes I'm scared because I'm like, why are you scared? You're doing all the right things. I'm like, I just don't want to make sure I don't get off track.
Doing too much. Okay.
But I'm good at staying on track,
Okay.
Now, here's things I cheat with, like, I had pizza today, but I had a pizza that was naturally made, meaning it wasn't Domino's, it wasn't Papa John's.
Okay.
From an Italian restaurant here. It took forever to make because they made it fresh with just tomato and mozzarella and basil. That's all that was on it, So, but I didn't have no sausage. I didn't have no pepperoni, all the things that I normally would have had back in the past. Right. And it was healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm moving this up because I want to get the juicer ready. This is what I use. This is called the Nama J2. This is
Nama J2.
Juicer. And
wow. So do you make your batch for the day, or do you have to go through this every time you drink, or you just use your product that's already packaged up now?
So no. So when I juice or I do juicing for my customers, I juice it every day. Okay. It's always fresh. So when we juice it the day of. An order comes in, then we freeze it, and then we ship it out that morning.
Right. Okay.
So this juice I'm doing is called the Green Belly. It was the first juice that I did, and it's our bestseller. has done good. So what we put in, this is fresh kale.
Okay.
Let me move that up. Let's cut this a little. So we put some kale in. I'm going to put some mint.
Okay.
I'm going to put some parsley. Yeah, see? So all the greens went in.
Wow.
I'm going to put this half a cucumber in.
With or without the peeling?
Yeah, I took the skin off. And then I'm going to put some pineapple so we have a balance of the fruit and vegetable. And then you have this that's sweet. You see what I'm saying? Got a lot of things.
So you have like 3 or 4 greens, and then the pineapple is the only sweet?
And this apple.
And the apple, okay.
I'll put this apple in too. So that's the apple. And because I like to work on things for digestion and gut health,
okay,
I always put ginger in my stuff because I like a little kick.
Yes.
This is what we do, and we shut it down. Guess what? And while this is going, I go take a shower.
Wow.
So this is doing this thing. I don't know. Can you see here? There we go. So while this is doing it,
so I guess you're at the farm, at the grocery store or the farmer's market a couple.
Oh yeah, like every other day, because it becomes a lifestyle.
Yes.
You know, you do what you got to do for the things that you need to do it for.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
As you see, this is turning. Yeah, there it goes.
It's so quiet. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. It's doing this thing. Yeah, that's what I like about it. It's quiet.
Wow.
And, you know, it's going down. Sometimes it might need a little help, but so this is about 16, this could be about 16 ounces. So in our juices, we have about 2 pounds of fresh produce in each area of our juices. Okay. And there are many ways to benefit. It's not just this. I also do beets with red apples and ginger. I also do one that's called Good Morning Sunshine, which is carrot, apple, pineapple, and lemon.
That's the one I wanted to try. Yeah.
So now that this has come, you see that? Now we're gonna let the juices flow. Look.
Wow. Mm. And it seems like as much green that you've put in, it would overpower the pineapple and the apple.
No.
No.
It will balance it. So we take this. And we say, dear God, we thank you.
Mm.
And that's it. And I drink one of these every day because I know I'm going to get many benefits from this. I know, number one, it's going to make me feel good. It's going to make me feel full. I know that it's going to help me with my skin. I know it's going to help me with my breath. I know it's going to give me energy. So when you think of medicine, I tell people they taking this, but if you put more of this in, these are decrease and this are increase.
Yes. Yes.
That's the goal. You don't want like this. You want to go like this.
Absolutely. Man.
So you got to be willing to put this in. So Cell Food is the name of the company, CELLFUL Organics. One word, cellfoodorganics.com.
Okay.
You can look at our products. You can get familiar. You can ask questions. You could also use Cell Food Cold Press on Instagram. Mr. Weeks, spelled out Mr. Mistr Weeks on
Yes.
Instagram. On Cell Food Cold Press.
This is good.
And hopefully you've been inspired to want to feel better, to want to take your health into your hand,
Absolutely.
live your best life. You can't live your best life if you're not feeling good, because your health is your wealth.
You're right.
Okay, you know plenty of people, they got a lot of money, but guess what? They haven't left their house all summer. They call me. I know they got money, but they can't go nowhere because they don't feel good. They got so, thank you. Thank you, sis. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. This has been a blessing. I mean, you got my mind just going. And I'm not sure who is really paying attention, but this has been so informative and so impactful. I mean, this is a lot. And really, 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 like I said, just listening to everything that you went through, it takes discipline, because this is a lot. Because I'm sitting up here thinking, because I even said to Dr. Sharma, I said, well, okay. He said, yeah, you can survive. He said, I want you to increase your water. And he said, fish 2 times a week, and chicken in the 4 days, you just do fruit and vegetables and water. And I said, well, he said, in moderation, you might have a little cheat day on something that you like, but you don't go overboard. He said, because I believe that you can, reverse this, whatever. And so my fear has always been,
because our bodies are naturally made to heal. That's why when you get a cut, that wound don't stay there. It heals. Your bones heal. Your liver, they rejuvenate. But they have to have things inside them so it can make them rejuvenate. Cell rejuvenation. So it's all doable.
So as I call you a juiceologist.
As a juice therapist.
Yeah, juice therapist. Do you actually do classes or trainings?
So as a juice therapist, I use juicing as the methodology to help people heal their bodies. So what I do is work one-on-one with clients to show them the benefits of juicing and create programs for them to do a juicing, whether it's the detox of sugar, cholesterol, whatever's going on in their body. Now, if they have a big enough group and they want to do the juice class, that's something we explore at that time.
Okay. All right. So he's told you where to find him. Your website again. Give me that.
Cellful Organics, CELLFUL Organics, one word, cellfulorganics.com. And you can look at the products. We ship national, international, next day air. So once you order, the products come to you next day.
Man, I can't wait. So I'm going to see you this month when we get in town. Excited, and I'm definitely going to get some of it. And quickly, the sea moss. I don't know if you mentioned the sea moss.
Sea moss is good because sea moss has 92 of the 102 minerals that a human body needs. Right. So we also sell sea moss, the premium gold as well as the purple. And sea moss is good for people that suffer from a lot of different illnesses because it does multiple things. And what's good about sea moss, it's a seaweed. It grows in the ocean and it has some natural benefits.
Okay. So, because like I said, I know I wanted to get the sea moss because you have the gel tablets and
tablets for sea moss. What did you ask?
So you had gel, don't you have like the gel?
Yes, gel or the powder.
The powder. I don't know if I want to do the powder.
So the powder is I use it to put in shakes. Like if I go away, I'll take the powder because I know I can probably get a shake or something from somewhere, and I can just put that in. Because where I'm going to store the gel if I'm away, unless I have a kitchen or something.
Got it. Okay, cool beans. Well, this has been so great. I was so excited that you were able to fit
Oh,
me
yeah.
in and do this. So excited and proud of you, man. You are very, very knowledgeable. And that's what I said. I love when the experts can come on and drop the knowledge, but you have done that. And so I am believing God that everything that your hands touch will continue to flourish.
Well,
This
thank
has been amazing. And I'm going to see you in 2 weeks.
you. Yeah. Okay.
Yep,
Fantastic.
yep, yep, yep. So we'll be in New York and so excited
Thanks for
see
having me.
you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, and get my product. And I guess you have to tell me what I can travel with and whatever.
Yep.
But definitely, I'll see you in 2 weeks. So
All
I
right.
appreciate you, man. I'm not going to hold you anymore. I know you're busy and you'll be up at 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah. Again. So
4
thank you.
a.m. This has been a blessing. Well, I appreciate you, man, and we'll talk soon. So thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of your evening.
All right. Take care.
Thank you. Okay, love you, bro. Bye-bye.
All right.
All right. He has dropped the knowledge. You guys have definitely want to go to his website and follow him. Send him a message so that he can respond and he can assist you in maybe some areas that you may need help. Because like I said earlier, a lot of us are walking around not even realizing that we need the help. And I am one of those persons. I've called him a couple of times, but I guess I wasn't ready because I really haven't respond or acted on some of the information that he's given. But because I've known him since 1990, and this is 32 years later, we are still besties, and he is true to what he is saying. So I love that about him. And y'all gonna see the diva get a little finer, honey, because I'm gonna get the discipline and determination that I need to make a difference, truly, because I am on a insulin pump and I have been dealing with some things for a while. But I believe that if I just get focused, I can do it. And so can you. So once again, go to YouTube at Arthur Pierre Collins or the Destiny Chaser. There you will find me and Mr. Weeks on this particular episode. Please share it, and you can just take your time and absorb the information, because that's what I'm going to do. So I love you to life, and we will see you back here on the 15th for Table Talk with the Diva. And we'll also be sharing with Tracy Jones. So I'm excited about that information. So if you have a parent or a senior family member that may be dealing with Alzheimer's, Tracy is very knowledgeable about that. She has experience in that. She is actually one of the spokesperson for Alzheimer's because she's experienced with her dad and her mom. So I'm excited to gain more knowledge. I've dealt with it from the passing of my mom. And so it is a hurtful thing for your loved one to see you and not quite remember who you are or who they may have been or who they are. So there's a lot of information that is coming forth. But again, here, same time, same place, September 15th. Don't meet me here, beat me here at Table Talk with the Diva. I am your host. I love you and I want to see you win. Have a great night. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
She's a diva with a destiny. Got purpose and zest, you see. Books, business, and accessories. She walks in favor and she's blessed indeed. She keeps her head and her heels high, and her limit soars beyond the sky. If it's purpose she's pushing, you've tuned in with Table Talk with the Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya. Hey, hey. And if you're feeling down, come in. The enemy he's trapped won't win. For God has given you vision, and in the end you shall win. Hey. Table Talk with the Diva. Why? Join in, it might free ya.